I am the stone that the builder refused. I am the visual, the inspiration that made ladies sing the blues. I'm the spark that makes your idea bright. The same spark that lights the dark so that you can know you're not.
What is up, people? Tony here from Offtap Brewing. Cheers. Just checked my fermentation fridges out, and fermentation is going really, really good. I've noticed that my lager fridge is a little bit too low. I might have to turn it up a little. 12 degrees. I don't know what my differences are set at, so I think it's probably going down to about 10 and up to about 14. So might have to actually address that and restart the yeast if it has slowed right down. Anyhow, guys, I've been asked a few questions on my videos of late, and it's how do I use my system that I've set up. I have a 50 litre Brewmaster, which I can brew up to 150 litres with. It's quite simple. I'll run you guys through it. Now, all the mods that I've done really don't slow my day down anymore, any more than you would actually think. Probably the slowest part of my day is cleaning the extra vessels. But my brew day from start to finish is the same whether I just use the Brewmaster or I hit 150 litres. It's pretty much the same, guys. Alright, well, that's the Brewmaster. That's the Speedle Brewmaster 50. Underneath that I have a pump. I have a pump over there under my 100 litre mash tun. I also have an 80 litre pot with a gas burner, Mongolian 32 jet gas burner, which I use for if I'm doing double brew days, back to back, double cubes. I can have one in there ramping up for boil while I start mashing in with the other one. Up there, guys, I also have a 150 litre pot, and that's what I do my big batches in. Now, if I'm just doing a 4.5% beer and I just need 2 cubes or 1 cube, I'll do it in here and here alone. That's fine. 6 hours brew day is done. If I want to do 3 cubes and I want 4.5% and higher, I will put a mash bag in there and hook my pumps up with my silicone tubing, and I'll recirculate through. So from the Brewmaster into the pump, over into the top of the mash tun, out of the mash tun, into the top of the Brewmaster. Very simple. Now, I can fit 12.5 kilos in the Brewmaster. I don't like to exceed that. I have done more, but I find a better result just sticking with the 12.5. I can put 25 to 30 kilos of grain in there. So all up 30 kilos and 12.5, I can do, roughly 42 kilos of grain at a time. So gravity is immense when you're doing that. And like I said, if I just want the 2 cubes at 4.5% roughly, that sort of, I can do them out here, no worries at all. If I want 3 cubes at 4.5%, I need to put a couple of kilos of grain in there, probably 4 kilos of grain in there, and the rest stays in here. If I want to do anything above the 3, I then need to, because this Brewmaster's only a roughly 80 litre pot, I then need to transfer over into there to boil. And that will get me a really fast boil. Anything over 80 litres, I pull the big pot down. So the way it calculates out, guys, is very simple. I work off 1 cube and what I'm going to use for 1 cube. I just times that roughly by how many cubes I'm going to make. So if I use 5 kilos to make the grain for 1 cube, and I want to do 3, I use 15. I do use my software. I do put it in when I'm brewing Offtap brewing beers. I do have it all calculated and dialed in. I do hit my gravities time and time again, but yeah, if you guys have an automatic pot like this, even your grain father could actually be utilized with the pump and another mash tun. Now, you're probably thinking that the mash tun would slow the temperature down a bit. Well, guys, if I'm using the mash tun and it does slow the temperature ramping up time down a little, boiling on the gas is so quick. It ramps up in no time at all. One piece of equipment that I don't have out here is my 40 litre Crown urn, which I used to use. It was my first brewing pot, and it's still a vital part of my brew system. It's in my pool room, and it gets boiled for sparge water, and I just carry it out in buckets and tip it straight into the mash tun. So when I'm sparging, I sparge straight over the grain bag that's in there. And guys, I don't use manifolds or anything like that. The end of that tap is just into the mash tun. There's no manifold, there's no tubing or anything in there. I use grain bags in there, because then I can get my mash paddle and I can give them a good stir up. I can lift them up without the worry of dislodging anything or having any dramas with stuck mashes and shit like that. It's so frustrating when it happens. But yeah, so I sparge straight into there, and if I'm doing a big batch, it might be 40 litres of sparge water or 30 litres of sparge water, I just tip it straight in, dunk, 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 give it a good stir around, and that pumps in to the top of my Brewmeister. I've got my grain pot, my malt pipe pulled out, and I then sparge into the malt pipe. So anything I dislodge in here then gets filtered through the malt pipe. So it's like a double filtration. It actually works really, really well, and the wort that I pull out is pretty clean, guys. Traps all the little bits of shit that gets around. And yeah, so my 50 litre Brewmeister does 150 litres, no worries at all. 6.5 hours, 7 hours with a big cleanup. If I clean it up that day, all of it, it's a 7-hour brew day to do 6 22 litre cubes. Now the cubes are 20 litres. As a bonus, when you buy my beer, you get a full cube, which works out to be 23 litres. And with the amount of trube I get in the amount of crap I get in the bottom, you're losing absolutely fuck all. Some of them have a lot less than that. Some have a little bit more, but I guarantee with mine you get 1,045 and you get 20 litres at least. A lot of the people are really liking them because they end up with 23 litres, which is they're just really happy with. It's the same as their kit and kilos that they're doing, so they're really happy they're getting the same amount of beers out of it. Because guys, it is a luxury beer to buy. For people who aren't doing the all grain, it's a luxury beer when they can buy a whole kit that gets them the same volume for $20 to go and spend $45 plus a yeast, so $50. You know, double the money, more than double the money for the same amount of beer. It is a luxury, but you know, I do have regular repeat customers, which is good. Alright guys, as I said, this is a quick video. I want to go and enjoy a beer. It's going to piss down rain here soon, I think. They're saying storms for tomorrow. It is about 5 o'clock in the afternoon, 4:45, so I want to sit down and enjoy a beer. Yeah guys, if you have any questions or I haven't explained anything enough for you, feel free to pop a comment down below. If you just want to say g'day, feel free to pop a comment down below. Please, you know, if you like this video, please give it the thumbs up. That all counts. And you know, support the brewer, guys. Click them pop-up things. Alright guys, time for that beer. Remember, beer makes you smarter.
The builder refused. I am the visual, the inspiration that made ladies sing the blues. I'm the spark that makes your idea bright. The same spark that lights the dark so that you can know your left from your right.